bounced off that wall pretty good up there in 3 and 4.
Mike Skinner running in the 2nd position when that accident occurred. Aaron's lucky dog goes to Eric Almirola in the 51 truck. You see how bandaged up that race truck is.
I think that'll put Eric back on the lead lap.
And now on to pit road. More than likely the final stop of the night, or could be the final stop, right?
Yeah, the 30 is going to get fuel right here, guys, but they still have a set of sticker tires in the pits here, so they definitely do not believe that this will be their last pit of the night. They think they want to try to come in with about 25 or 30 laps to go, so another set of stickers down here for Todd Bodine.
Todd Bodine's flat tire, green flag pit stop has worked out to where now he just gets a little bit of gas. He's going to get some good track position. Adam, what's happening down there?
And Max Pappas came down pit road. It was fuel only for him, and you can see in your screen Jason White, who did get a little bit of damage on that accident over on the back straightaway. He's going to get 4 tires. The damage not severe. They will also top off the fuel tank. 37 laps to go. If there's no green-white checker, they are in their window to go the distance.
And a great point to bring up there too, Adam. 3 attempts at a green-white checker finish. The reason we're under our 5th caution of the night. That 5 on the outside cannot continue going straight when the 17 lifts his rear tires off the ground. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. The NextEra Energy Resources 250 under the 5th caution of the day. Well, if you haven't been around a television set all day long, let us get you caught up as to what has taken place at this famed racing facility. Earlier, during the daylight hours, the Nationwide Series involved in some melees early on.
That's the 61 of Josh Wise. He got turned into the wall. There's Danica Patrick doing a nice job in her Nationwide debut.
Yeah, she gets involved. Falling back early and going, but snuck up into the top 20.
Another big one here. That's Dale Jr. in the 88, upside down.
Greg Biffle involved. Brendan Gaughan involved.
See Joe Nemechek coming in there getting a part of it.
The last lap, the 18 of Kyle Busch. They're 3 wide. He gets a little squirrely.
Gets turned around, catches Brad Keselowski. That's the daytime portion of this doubleheader.
Tony Stewart wins 5 out of 6. Can you believe that?
Lap number 1 for the Camping World Truck Series. Austin Dillon in the 3 to the outside wall.
Hey, Rick, that happened on lap 1.
Yeah, Kyle Busch involved in this incident. Spent a lot of laps behind the wall. Here's Ron Hornaday, our reigning champion on the outside. Bump draft from Ricky Carmichael. Another 8 or 10 truck incident.
You can see Eric Almirola right up in the middle of it, and he's back on the lead lap.
Most recently, the 17 of Timothy Peters under the bumper, the 5 of Mike Skinner.
Wow.
47 different vehicles have been involved in accidents today between the Nationwide Series and the Camping World Truck Series.
That's an expensive little day-night doubleheader, isn't it?
Probably $1 million worth of damage.
Driver of the number 5 is with Krista.
Yeah, Rick, and the crew is thrashing behind us right now, trying to get this truck back out there. And Mike, it's an art, bump drafting. Was there anything artistic about that?
Well, when the bumpers don't line up, it's pretty hard. And you know, 17 and I'd been working really well together, but he just gave me a little too much of a push there. And you know, that's not what triggered it. What triggered it is we had another Toyota teammate out there 20 laps down pushing a Ford. That was the real problem. But I hate it for our international trucks, Monaco RVs, Toyota Tundra. Man, this truck was awfully good. We were just a little bit free. We were just getting ourselves in position for the end of the race. But, you know, it wasn't meant to be today.
Thanks, Mike.
There's been too many interviews from the garage tonight.
I'm glad Krista was able to stay around with us and cover that action in the garage.
We're getting down to it now, fellas. Although the action can't pick up, right?
Johnny Benson leading this race chose the outside line for the restart. Green flag back in the air.
And oh, by the way, the truck behind him, Matt Crafton, the 88 truck.
Nelson Piquet Jr. started on the inside of the front row at Daytona on a restart. I bet he's thinking, oh, me, this is a lot more fun than I thought it was.
What a nice job he's done.
Certainly is.
Carlos Contreras actually back in the 00 truck running in the 8th position. There's a name we haven't said yet.
Yeah, that's the red truck right there going past our camera.
Carlos was in that 2000 race, the first time we came to Daytona, so he's a veteran. Hadn't run a lot lately, but he certainly knows his way around these tracks.
David Starr has received a pass-through penalty. He made a pass before you got to the start-finish line, which you can't do with the double file restart rules.
You see Jason White there in that orange and black truck. He drove up on the outside. The last time we saw him, he was in the wall in 3 and 4. Did some damage to his truck, but obviously it didn't do too much. He's up in the top 5.
Jason White passed 5 trucks that lap.
Again, Jason White so close to getting damage, but now it looks like that truck is racing up toward the front. How about Stacy Compton making the run on the outside?
Top Bodine's going to he's going to make it 3 wide off of 4.
3 wide coming off of 4.
I'm sorry, off of 2.
2 number. And that's normally what we see coming off of 4. Todd Bodine makes the power move on the bottom of the track, and he moves up to the top spot.
And he brought like 5 of his friends with him. Those guys went to the bottom and drug that whole line to the front.
Johnny Benson says, I was leading, and where'd all my friends go?
Yeah, Stacy Compton also is wondering what just happened.
Look at these guys.
Max Pappas moving up into the 6th spot now in that Geico Toyota Tundra.
There's Stacy Compton. Remember, Johnny Benson, Stacy Compton were side by side for the lead. What, 1 lap ago?
About a half a lap ago. And now Todd Bodine makes the power move to the bottom. Take a look at this.
Johnny gets to wobbling a little bit on the bottom, Phil, and took some of his momentum away, and Todd jumped on that opportunity. Went to the bottom, had Jason White right behind him.
Timothy Peters right behind Jason White, and they just drove by these guys like they were tied to a stump.
And Johnny's, like you said, he's saying, how many of them are there?
Here comes Timothy Peters. He doesn't want to follow. He wants to lead at Daytona.
How about Nelson Piquet Jr.? That's his teammate, that 1 truck on the outside.
This is fun to watch. Nelson Piquet Jr. doesn't know a lot about NASCAR. For sure. He warmed up last week in the ARCA race, and he's starring in this show tonight.
As I said earlier, only 1 race deal right now with Red Horse Racing, and they would dearly love to race Nelson Piquet Jr. in some more of these Truck Series races.
On Thursday, he was walking through the garage introducing himself to the other drivers, saying, hey guys, I'd love to race with you guys, and by the way, my name's Nelson Piquet Jr. Adam.
Prior to that last caution, Rick, Jason White had dropped back out of that lead draft. He just wanted to be careful. He saw a lot of guys driving out of control. They warned him, don't lose the draft. Well, under the caution, they discussed the situation again. Jason said, I'm not concerned. I can drive right by these guys when I need to. He started on the pole, and with just over 30 laps to go, he's hanging in, running 2nd, Ray.
And Adam, you noticed about 3 laps ago, the 88 was right up front. Guess what? Where is he now? Just tilling around there in the back. Matt Crafton said, my truck's good enough. We'll be ready to go. Let me know when there's 7 or 8 laps to go. Until then, I don't want to be around that 2 wide racing.
Wow, that's a bold move to think you can just go up through there with 7 or 8 to go.
He's 6 seconds behind race leader, and I think you need some help around this racetrack to get that type of gap closed.
He's a little bit over optimistic with that statement. Someone that has been very confident and has loved his truck and bet anybody would bet him that he was going to be on the darn pole is Jason White. Look at him, 2nd spot right here late in the going.
Todd Bodine trying to make it 3 consecutive wins from the World Center of Racing. Out in front of the field once again, Daytona. Welcome back. TireMonkey.com driver Mario Goslin has brought out our 6th caution of the night. Look at the damage to the front of this race truck.
Yeah, tremendous amount of damage to that Chevrolet. He was racing well up into the top 10 in the lead draft.
It came by the start-finish line last time in 7th. He and Nelson Piquet were all wadded together for some reason. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not.
Let's take a look.
See him on the outside.
On the inside of that.
See there, he
catches,
just gets Nelson, and then
up the track he goes, and
that is so wild.
At first it looked like maybe he was going to some pretty significant contact to the inside wall. Looks like he was trying to get in line behind him, and then he couldn't get in line, and then they may have got hooked together or something.
It's like it ran him up he got sideways a little bit there, and it runs him up the hill, and he just loses control. And look, this is a game of inches sometimes. This case it's a couple of feet, but darn, if he could have just missed it there, he had a lot more room to slide after that. That was weird looking, wasn't it?
Sure was. Tough break for Mario, though. Had a great run going on the heels of a great 6th place run at Talladega.
Check it out here. If he could just not hit there.
Whoa, and that thing hit hard,
yeah.
too.
head on.
Luckily, everybody did a good job of getting her locked down and keeping it from coming way up in the road. Tire monkeys